Ariana Grande gives epic Twitter response in regard to gender equality. And now I saw this on Instagram because she posted it on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. And this was in response to the media assuming that she was dating Niall Horan. Horan?
Yeah, sure, why not? Niall from One Direction.
Niall from One Direction.
I know I get in trouble when I call him Neil.
Oh, yes.
So
Okay,
we'll
probably a different person. So because she'd been seen a couple of times with Niall because she's doing her European tour, and she was in the UK, she was in London, a couple of media outlets said that she was dating him. Now, also, she was referred to as Big Sean's ex. So this is what launched her response, and this is how she responded. Quote, and I'm going to only read little parts of it. We will include all of it underneath the video description because it's so good. All right, so she begins with, quote, being empowered is not the same as being a bitch. Having something to say is not the same as having a bad attitude. Quote, she goes on to say, I'm tired of living in a world where women are mostly referred to as a man's past, present, or future, property, possession. I do not belong to anyone but myself, and neither do you. She goes on to say that she comes from a bloodline of female activists. She's proud to speak her voice. She goes on to say, quote, if a woman has a lot of sex, or any sex for that matter, she is a slut. If a man has sex, he's a stud, a boss, a king. If a woman even talks about sex openly, she is shamed. If a man talks or raps freely about all the women, or more commonly used bitches or hoes, how lovely he's regaled. And then she goes on to say again, the double standard and misogyny are ever present. And then finally, she concludes her rant with, quote, I'm tired of needing to be linked to a guy. I'm not Big Sean's ex. I'm not Niall's possible girl. I'm Ariana Grande. If that's not enough, then don't talk to me. Okay? Thoughts, 5 words or less.
Somewhere Niall Horan is crying.
She deserves to break free.
Okay. Couldn't love you any harder. That's in regards to her song, Love Me Harder,
Yeah.
Boom Boom. Okay, so let's first talk about that. When you read this, what was your response?
I think it's fantastic. I think that there is a double standard in Hollywood, and I think that you don't always hear people making it known that they are referred to. And a lot of times it has to do with who's kind of the bigger star. But in this case, I think Ariana Grande is the bigger star. So to be referred to as Big Sean's ex, I think, is incredibly demeaning because she's got a huge career.
Right.
She started in Disney. She's been at this for a very long time. She should be respected. She's really made a career for herself, and she's incredibly talented.
Yeah.
Especially as a vocalist. So I think that this is fantastic, and I think that it's great that she's really standing up and letting people know that that it's not okay, that these are not passable comments, and that there really is this underlying message. That
Yeah.
You know, it's weird because, yeah, first of all, you're right. Big Sean, I still don't know who that is.
What?
I've seen photos of them together, and I can't summon his face.
You know
my
his
mind.
songs and stuff,
but
right?
honestly, most times in the
Yeah.
night when I close my eyes, all I see is Ariana Grande. That's it. She's way bigger, and I think it's so good that she had this whole thing, start to finish. She should be able to talk about whatever she wants to talk about. And I think the best thing would be is to get the media on its back foot, because now everyone's apologizing. Folks are coming around and saying, you go, Ariana Grande, you nailed it. But I think what she should say now is just tweet, but honestly, we are dating.
Well, see, that's why I was saying that Niall Horan is crying, because I think everyone would love to be dating Ariana Grande.
No, guys have to, he wants to be with Ariana Grande. That's
He's like,
the
wait,
reason.
we're not dating? What?
Oh, well, there goes my game. The whole time, I was just trying to get at least a little more than a friend with her.
And they could just be friends. And I think that was a really good point, too, that she also said something in the vein of, can't you just be friends with a person without having the media speculate that you guys are together? And of course, the media is going to they've been known to do that because that's what drives sales. So it can be inherently sexist, but it's also the nature of the beast, right? But you brought up that a lot of people had been issuing her support. So not only her fans, her supporters, but a lot of celebrities. Taylor Swift tweeted, I'm so proud of you always, but especially today, she will need her sisterhood. Hugh Jackman retweeted Ariana Grande's post and then added, quote, thank you, Ariana Grande, for this important message. Good on you for helping spread empowerment to the sisterhood. And you're right, the double standards is there. There's sexism is everywhere and all over, but really, and there's a lot of it here in Hollywood.
I think
and
shaming
misogyny
is the biggest component and most damaging component because people are experiencing life.
Right.
We all experience life. Everyone has a sexuality.
Yeah.
I don't think that it's fair that half of the population has to feel bad about it.
You're right. We're so proud of Ariana Grande for really speaking this voice because she has millions of followers. So if they can read it and if they can see that, if they also speak up, it doesn't mean that you're a bitch. It means that you are speaking your voice, and that's empowering.
And you can talk about your personal life if you want to. If she is dating someone, she can choose to bring that out into the fore, but she can also choose not to.
Yeah.
And she can choose to sleep with people if she wants, or she can choose not to.
Yes.
The thing is, like, she's a singer, you know, let her sing.
I love it. Yeah,
You know
she's
what I
not
mean?
a possession. Absolutely. So what did you guys think about Ariana Grande's Twitter response? Please share your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you guys next time on Pop Trigger.